stunning.
And then they got to work, installing a weather observation station on the snowy Rocky Peak. The station, which is one of 5 they installed on the mountain, measures temperature, precipitation, and other variables. The data will help researchers understand how the warming climate is affecting snowpack and the rate of glacial melt on Aconcagua. Both processes affect communities far beyond the remote mountaintop. Mountain ice and snowpack act as a reservoir, providing much-needed water to downstream communities as they slowly melt over the spring and summer.
As the climate changes, the way that reservoir behaves is changing, and therefore everything downstream is potentially at risk. And we really need to understand how. The details matter, and that's what work like this is about.
Climate Connections is produced by the Yale Center for Environmental Communication. To learn more about climate change, visit climateconnections.org. I'm Dr. Anthony Lazarowitz, and this is Climate Connections. In Georgia,
you guys hear us?
Texas, and many other states.
Yeah, sure can. You hear us?
Yep, hear you guys.
All right, we're good, man.
Rock and roll.
2 years ago. And Sean Gallagher, Senior Vice President for Policy at the Solar Energy Industries Association, says...
Yes, Michelle.
So at the anniversary event, a guy told me that when he goes on WCPT's website and clicks on the family meeting, it goes to Eric's business. Is there any way we can reroute that to our website?
It shouldn't. Let me check that out myself.
Growth is attributable to federal clean energy tax
Well, I need to think about it when I need to speak it to it when I think about it.
It's her birthday today, Devin.
Shut up!
Oh, happy birthday, Michelle.
Shut up. Thank you, Devin. It's not
presented in Congress by Republicans. So the growing
This is
industry
another
is
day.
benefiting communities across the
And it's
US
Mother's Day, so that's a
and
great
across the
distraction.
political spectrum.
Yeah, it just takes me to the family meetings page on here. It doesn't take me to Eric's website or anything.
So I wonder what that guy was talking about. Okay, thank you for checking.
You turn to WCPT 820, Chicago's Progressive Talk.
A fair balance where the facts come out.
Real news, real talk.
This is Chicago's Progressive Talk, 820 AM, WCPT Willow Springs, and online at WCPT820.com, where facts matter.
Can you turn me up a little?
Hi, my name is Audrey Wilson, and
Hi, I'm Michelle Peltier, and here's what we're following on. Hey, happy Mother's Day to mothers of all kinds. I hope you've had a wonderful day and will continue to have one. All right. In its 5th year, Chicago Housing Authority teamed up with Daisy Foundation for the annual Mother's Day Makeover Experience held at Venue West. The event gave CHA moms a rare opportunity to step away from their daily responsibilities and indulge in a day of self-care, beauty, and inspiration. The event delivered on its promise. Moms received professional hair, makeup, and styling services, then walked away with high-quality portraits, capturing the glow of a day spent being cared for. Yay! When white smoke rose from the Sistine Chapel and Robert Francis Prevost emerged as Pope Leo XIV, making history as the first American to lead the Catholic Church, the headline celebrated the milestone. But in Black communities, especially New Orleans barbershops, community centers, and Black family Facebook groups, the moment resonated differently because this Pope carries a diverse cultural background that's more layered than the Vatican's marble. Jerry C. Onara, I want to pronounce it correctly, a genealogist whose work centers the landscape of Louisiana's Black and Creole history, has been featured on PBS's Finding Your Roots, revealed our Holy Father has Creole of color roots from New Orleans on his mother's side. According to Onara, The Pope's maternal grandparents, Joseph Martinez and Louise Bacqui, were married in 1887 at Our Lady of Sacred Heart Church. Records show that Joseph Martinez was born in Haiti and were identified in records as black or a mulatto before they passed into whiteness when they moved north.
Point of the big road.
By the time Mildred Martinez, the Pope's mother, was born in Chicago in 1912, that black identity had been folded into ambiguity, a journey familiar to so many black and brown families chasing opportunity at the time. She grew up to become a librarian, and her son would become Pope. Hello. A new business hub featuring businesses focusing on Black-owned and or wellness businesses opened in Evanston at 2223 Washington Street on May 10th. Named the Ox, the hub will be able to house up to 12 businesses at its building when fully occupied. The Ox so far hosts a Wintrust Bank kiosk, a community kitchen, a gym, a laundromat cafe, a podcast studio, a hair salon, a doula office, a startup office, and open spaces for socializing and community. Please visit our webpage, tfmradioshow.com. You can subscribe and follow us on Fanbase Facebook, Fanbase Instagram, Facebook, Threads, TikTok, Spoutable, Blue Sky, and Twitter. Also subscribe and follow our YouTube channel to view us live and receive reminders when we're on the air. We will be right back.
Promote your business, organization, or local event. You can contribute as little as $5 per month to get your message out and support the family meeting as a viable voice. We know you appreciate our dialogue, get up and dance playlist, and our great guests who stop by. So become a cousin and go to our website, tfmradioshow.com, and click the link.
I'm Brett Ryerson from the Global Alliance for Safe Food Storage. You can find more information at safefoodstorage.org, and I listen to Family Meeting.
I'm Donna Miller. I'm running for Cook County Board of Commissioners in the 6th District. Check out my website at www.godonnago.com. I listen to the Family Meeting.
Welcome to the worldwide headquarters of the Family Meeting. It is family meeting time on Mother's Day today.
Yes, it is.
Happy Mother's Day to all the wonderful mothers out there.
Mm-hmm.
And let me tell you, my mama's better than all your mamas.
I don't think so.
I know so.
No, I don't think so.
In fact, she can whoop all your mamas.
No, Margie was a scrapper. That's where I get it from.
I'm just saying, y'all know. Y'all ain't ready? Y'all ain't ready for my mama. I'm telling
Margie
you,
would
man.
take off them earrings, honey, kick off her shoes.
Don't let her
all
have
that.
some Vaseline.
Yes, yeah. Well, they didn't do that in the country.
Hey, man, grab your phones and find us all over social media, all the places that Michelle mentioned. And also visit our webpage, tfmradioshow.com. You'll find archived broadcasts there, the music playlist, which is ever growing and changing, and a live link for the broadcast right there, right now, tfmradioshow.com. Go there now. In the space shuttle cockpit, back in the ragged ass rust bucket, is Bobby Longstroke himself.
Yay.
Michelle, thank you so much for that news.
Of course, of course.
You're doing a little segment, you say, with Choose Views?
I am.
We're going to have to talk about that.
Okay.
While you're on the webpage, though, make sure you mash the button to become a patron. It says that, become a patron. tfmradioshow.com. Push that button. You know which one you were talking about? The one that says become a patron. For as little as $5 a month, you can help us stay on the air. Do that for us, will you? The lines fill quickly. They always do. The number is 773-763-9278. 773-763-9278. Happy Mother's Day.
Yes,
to
happy
all the
Mother's
mothers
Day.
out there. All the mothers. We just left my mother.
Mm-hmm.
We went to some little place that my sister picked. My sister's extra sometimes.
She's wonderful.
She can be extra sometimes.
Well, I am a fan.
Okay. She got you fooled then. Okay.
I'm a fan of your whole family.
I thank you for that.
You come from good people.
Got you fooled, man. Thanks. My sister crazy, man.
She's not.
She's crazy, man. I'm trying to tell you, man.
Who's older?
I'm older. and smarter. And smarter. I'm the smart one.
I hope she's listening today.
I hope so too. She know. She don't.
She's gonna call and give you what for. Put
Ain't
your
worried
face
about
on the screen, would you?
Oh, am I supposed to be on the screen?
Yes, you are.
Why not just leave you on the screen?
I
Why
think
not do that?
Just take me off. Really.
Okay, whatever. So you're gonna do a segment on Choose Views?
I am every other Tuesday at 6:30 for 15 minutes.
Michelle's a star.
I'm not a star.
You guys
I'm
should
not
get her
even close.
autograph while you can.
Oh, stop.
It'll be worth something
Just
one day.
Stop. Just
You have to pay somebody to take it now.
right.
One day.
It'll be worth something. Never,
It'll be worth
ever.
something. Yeah, Michelle. Oh, that's Michelle. She's gonna go by one name. Michelle.
Yeah,
That's
there are
gonna
too
be
many-
like that. It's
there are
like
too many Michelles
It's like
for
Prince,
me to go by
and
Michelle.
Michael, and
Oprah.
and Idris. It's like that.
Idris, yeah.
Yes, when you say Idris, you know who you're talking about.
Absolutely.
One day it's gonna be Michelle.
No, don't
Yeah,
think so.
I think so.
I don't think so.
They're not gonna think Michelle Obama either. They're gonna think Michelle.
No, they won't.
No, not that Michelle.
Shut
this
up.
Michelle.
Can we go on to your topic for the day?
I don't have a topic, man. I don't have no topic, man. What y'all want to talk about, man?
Mothers. How wonderful of a mother I had before she left me.
Yes, yeah. Unfortunately, I have stories about your mother that I've been trying to forget.
Cannot tell that one on the air. Come on, you have to admit that that's a great story.
Yeah, it's worthy of telling again to somebody, but not in mixed company.
Not in mixed company.
No,
we can't.
No, it's a little bit unbelievable at the same time.
Honey, you had to know Margie.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It feels like I don't because I'm afraid it might,
There's so many more stories, kind of, sort of like
that.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. That Peltier family, they nasty.
We are.
That's nasty people.
I admit it.
Ooh-wee.
My father was filthy, foul, Phil.
Oh my goodness. Jimony. Yeah. So did you see the white South Africans are coming? Did you see this?
Aren't they getting they're getting allowed to come here?
They're getting asylum.
Asylum,
with your
yes,
boy here.
yes. He did that a minute ago. I guess he just
This was a new thing. He's sending a charter jet to go get them.
Oh, a charter jet.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
amazing. How sweet of him.
Yeah, it's what are you left to think while they're deporting brownish people and they're inviting white colonizers to come here? What are we left to conclude with that?
Who's the we you're speaking of? Because we know what it is. Who are the other we you're asking that question?
I'm asking the people who would doubt what we know we think, what we know.
They're not going to admit it.
Yeah, these are people who are harmed.
They don't want to come here, though.
See, that's the thing. It was on more than one occasion over the last couple of weeks. I've had someone make that same argument about the nuclear bombs on Japan, right? Where they justify the killing of hundreds of thousands of people by saying we saved millions of lives because we killed those hundreds of thousands of people. And it's another instance of you don't mean what you say. You don't really mean that. You're saying that because it looks good to the people you're saying it to. It makes the people you're saying it to feel better about what you're doing, but you don't mean that. Best example, and I use this example with the last person who brought that up to me. I have no idea how I've gotten engaged in the last 3 or 4 weeks of people who crazy people. Well, they made the argument again that, well, we saved millions of lives by killing hundreds of thousands of people in Japan, right? That was the right thing to do, right? And so my question to them was, okay, good. If we're going to follow that logic, if Japan had dropped nuclear weapons on Chicago and New York, you feel the same way? Well, hell no, you don't. No, they would be savages then. The Japanese would be savages. People who would go down in history as savages. And you would hate them for the rest of your lives. The same way you do for what they did at Pearl Harbor. So no, that argument doesn't fly. You don't mean that. You just don't mean that. You don't mean that you're saving people who are being racially discriminated against in South Africa. What you mean is we need more white people here in this country. You don't mean that. Because if that was the case, that you want to save people who've been racially discriminated against, then you would go save the people in any number of countries who've been discriminated against. Start with the people on the island that is the Dominican Republic and Haiti, where the Haitians are being discriminated against. There's an instance I read recently where the Dominican Republic allowed some Haitian workers to come over to the Dominican Republic to help them build something. They wanted to build something, a resort or whatever the case may be. And then when that was done, they came in and they kicked the people out of the homes that they established for themselves and deported them and tore their houses down. So you don't mean to be welcoming. You don't mean that. So why are you lying? Why are you lying?
They're not. I don't know that they're necessarily. It's a means to an end, right? The lie is to get more white people here because they don't feel like there are enough white people, or they're losing ground in terms of population, right?
Well, I think it's deeper than that. I think that they believe this is a white country.
That too.
It's not about more white people. It's about it should be all white.
I don't know. Do you think that really? Who thinks that based on the foundation of this country?
If you're here and you're not white, your expectation is for you to make a slave labor wage contribution to the economy. Outside of that, we have no use for you here in this country.
Oh.
What?
I mean, that's such antiquated thinking, right? Those days are gone.
When did they leave?
Well,
what year did they leave?
I can't specifically tell you
What
year that they
decade
left, but what I'm saying is there could not be a you or a me if things were the way they were 70, 80 years ago.
What decade did that change?
What decade? You see, I have time like you have time. I don't measure it. I don't know.
Okay, give me a 25-year period where it may have happened, say between 1965 and 45, maybe?
Where
what 25-year period could it have occurred in where that became antiquated in this country?
After the civil rights movement, right?
When was the end of the civil rights movement?
I don't know. Has there been an end to it? Aren't we still in it?
So you're saying it changed in the 60s? It became antiquated in the 60s?
Maybe, yeah. That's me speaking, right? I'm thinking.
I heard you. I know it was you. Didn't anybody else in here but you.
You literal people make my head want to pop off.
Kidney bone issues. Yeah, right.
You know what I mean, though.
At the end of the civil rights, you mean like when Dr. King was killed, it ended?
I don't know that it necessarily ended, but I'm thinking of that frame of mind, that absolute thinking that we want this to be an all-white country. I don't even know where that comes from. Was it ever an all-white country?
I mean, they've always been working to make it that way.
But it's not an all-white country.
Well, they failed in their effort, yeah.
It never has been.
They failed.
So that vision that they have, I don't know that it's, at this point in 2025, I don't know how realistic that is.
Well, the breeding patterns certainly run contrary to that goal.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's, yeah.
Right. Right. But if they can expel enough of us.
That's going to take some doing.
They seem up for the fight, though. You know, they seem up for it.
That's because they're naive. That's what I'll say. They're naive. It's a whole different.
Well, but you got a combination of people being, so they can't possibly deport all the people that they would like to deport to make this an all-white country. They can't
That's
do
exactly right.
It's not logistically possible. But they can make it so incredibly distasteful here that people would leave.
See, I think that social media and the internet and the World Wide Web is the great equalizer, right? You can't keep doing stuff in the dark anymore like they used to, dragging us off.
But when you call it the dark, though, I mean, is it really the dark? It's never really been the dark. It's people out here who cheer for that. It's not dark.
Yeah, but there are more of us that don't cheer for that than those that do.
I don't know that to be true.
I do.
think it's true. I know.
I do believe it's
You
true.
feel like it's true.
I do believe it's true.
But you don't know it to be true.
Nor do you know.
Right. Neither one of us know,
Yeah.
which is the problem. You can't tell for sure.
Yeah, nor can you. So
No.
we're both right and we're both wrong.
No, so what I'm saying is there's three outcomes in that argument. There is you're right, I'm right, or we're both wrong.
Mm.
And two of those are pervasive.
Mm-hmm.
To not know is really the problem, isn't it? You don't know. I don't know.
See, but I don't think we've ever really known. I don't know that the threat, you see, now that I have been now that you have awakened the
Brainwashed
beast.
you.
Now that you have awakened the beast, I don't know that the thinking was ever different. I think that people who are thinking the way that we're talking about, like get rid of all of the people who are different from us, unless they are enslaved people, if there are, then I don't know if that was ever really real. They were able to control it more back then, but they can't control it now. Like that mayor that just got arrested.
Ras Baraka, classmate of mine.
Yep. Really?
Ras was a hellraiser at Howard, man.
He still is.
Ras led the protests in 1986, I think it was. No, it was 88 when we took over the administration building at Howard. Ras led that.
Love it.
Ras set up a group on campus called Black Nia Force. I wish I could remember what Nia stood for. I apologize to Ras for that. But it was a Black Panther organization on campus.
I love that so much.
Oh my God. Y'all don't know who Ras Baraka is.
Oh my God.
Not to mention his dad is Amiri Baraka, the revolutionary.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And so we laughed because Ras ascended. So first off, he became a high school principal in Newark. And people were like, Ras Baraka? In education? Yeah, not that he was dumb. He was a good student.
Yeah.
But we thought that Ras was going to be the dude that was going to be Black Panther leader across. He became a part of the system. He ran for mayor, became part of the system, run for governor now in New Jersey, part of the system, which is not the Ras. He's a year behind me, but I know.
Yeah, but
Ras.
isn't he internally, couldn't he still be that person just working within the system to get?
I suppose so, but if you watch Ras Baraka speak, he speak his mind. I mean, he doesn't really temper his talk for political expediency.
Yeah, I saw him on MSNBC. Yeah.
Yeah, Ras is.
He was also very hurt by that whole thing.
I don't think so. I think Ras been arrested before. It's not shocking to him. But I don't think Ras was upset. I think he was angry.
Sure, that too.
But in the same way that the Black Panthers would have been angry.
Yeah. But my point is, you can't do what you did to him in the dark anymore. Social media and people who are vocal like him are able to shed light on it, which makes it harder to disappear us.
Well, okay. So I'll give you that. I think it may have become unfashionable at a certain point, politically unfashionable to do hateful things. But so you got this dear brother who the police killed in the street the other day. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
And so they get off. You've got law enforcement, ICE, you've got jailers, people working in the detention facilities, you've got police officers who participate in and or stand by and watch and allow really hateful activities to persist.
Yeah.
Now they've always done that, but my question is while we watch ICE engage in all of these really terrible things, where are those good cops that people always talk about? Why aren't they vocal? Where are they?
I've been thinking about that. I've been thinking about that, Eric, especially this last incident that happened. And I was telling my friend, I told her, I said, ICE is enjoying this way too much.
Yeah. I mean, they came out of the gate, but Ross wasn't doing anything in Newark. They came out of the gate from this ICE detention center to grab him personally.
Specifically, yeah.
He was just standing there waiting. He wasn't doing anything. Wasn't even speaking. Yeah,
it's bad.
It's tip of the spear. I don't know what to make of. What are we supposed to make of that? I mean, how can you argue about what we make of that? How can you argue that? So happy Mother's Day again. It's a wonderful thing to transition to, isn't it? Talking about Mother's Day. Wonderful thing. The number is 773-763-9278. Stay tuned for more of the family meeting.
When I think of all the things I used to do, how Mama used to clean somebody.
This is Georgia, Eric's mother. Stay tuned for more of Eric and his guests this week.
I never understood how Mama made it through the week when she's been.
DUI and OWI, nursing home product liability. It doesn't matter. Call 219-9399-LAW. That's 219-939-9529. That's right. When you're driving and get into a wreck. Had a few drinks too many? A cop hits you with a DUI or OWI? Arrested and facing criminal charges, misdemeanor or felony. Purchase a product that causes you or a loved one harm. When your loved one is neglected and abused in a nursing home. That's right. You better call Attorney Darnell Lyles and get represented right. And the first consultation is free. Yes, free. So call right now. 219-939-9LAW. That's 219-939-9529. Attorney Darnell Lyles.
Calling all valued members of the American Veterinary Medical Association, or AVMA. Your future retirement goals can be achieved. Introducing the AVMA Retirement Plan. Tailored to meet the distinct needs of veterinarians with streamlined administration and reduced burdens. Vets enjoy unrivaled benefits that include service provider oversight, knowledgeable expert investment guidance, and delegated fiduciary services. Veterinarians who use this plan can say goodbye to annual retirement plan audits and annual retirement plan tax reporting. Veterinarians, you can enjoy retirement your way with customizable plans to suit your practice's unique structure. From eligibility to vesting schedules and more, elevate your retirement journey with AVMA's specialized plan. Learn more by sending an email to polaris@polarisadvice.com. Secure your veterinary legacy starting today. Email us at polaris@polarisadvice.com. Securities offered through Line Street Financial LLC, member FINRA and SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through Polaris Wealth Management LLC. Polaris Wealth Management and Line Street are not affiliated.
Do you have a pain that won't cease? A health issue that's not getting better? It may be time you visited Health on Earth Wellness Centers. With over 20 years experience, 4 Chicagoland locations, and patients that range from 2 months old to 93, Health on Earth Wellness Centers are fully prepared to meet all your chiropractic needs. We have state-of-the-art facilities in Crestwood, Tinley Park, the South Loop, and Naperville. Don't let being healthy be your last resort. Make it your first choice. Make an appointment today at healthonearth.org. That's healthonearth.org.
In a world like today, it's a rare occasion to be able to see young mothers like the ones that were around when I grew up. But they live on in memory to quite a few of us. And this song is dedicated to those who cherish that memory. Early one Sunday morning, breakfast was on the table. There was no time to eat. She said to me, "Boy, hurry to Sunday school, filled with the Lord of glory. We learned the holy story. She'll always have her dreams, despite the things this troubled world can bring. Oh, say, don't you know we love you, sweet Sadie? Place no one above you, sweet Sadie. Well, 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 living in the past. Sometimes it seems so funny, but no money will turn your life around. Sweeter than
773-763-9278. Let that play a little bit longer. 773-763-9278 is the number. Did you know your grandmother?
One of them. I knew both of them. Yes.
Oh, it just came to you all of a sudden?
Well, because my father's mother passed away when I was young, but my mother's mother, she was around till I was a teenager.
Where does she live?
Sedalia, Missouri.
Oh, so she was near you guys.
Mm-hmm.
But you people from New Orleans, though, right?
My father.
Father's people from New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, Louisiana, Baton Rouge.
What do you remember about your grandmother?
So, now my father's mother was, I don't know what tribe she was from, but she was half Indian.
Native American.
Native American, yes. And I remember she had the two long braids, and she was amazingly beautiful and cooked very well. My mother's mother was a small town woman who didn't have any education, but raised her only child, my mother. And one of her favorite songs was "You Are My Sunshine." You used to sing that all the time.
Bill Withers?
You are my sunshine,
Oh, that one.
my only sunshine. Yeah, you make me happy.
Okay. So she passed. How old were you when she passed?
I was, I think I was in college. I was gone when she passed away.
How do you spend a lot of time with her?
Well, when my mother's parents got older, she moved them to Kansas City, and they lived with us for a little while. And then my grandfather got Alzheimer's, and so my grandmother was so in love with Daddy George and Mama Sarah, that she did not want him to go to the nursing home without her. So they lived together till he passed away, and she passed away shortly thereafter.
Okay. You close with your grandmother?
As close as,
did you, we're going to grandma's house. Did you, that kind of...
Well, so we would go to the state fair, which is in Sedalia. So we would spend...
That's a big deal for you guys.
Shut up, I feel judgment.
Country ass. We going to the state fair. We going to the state fair.
So we'd go stay with them, and then go to the fair. And yeah, that's a good question. I don't know that I would say I was close to her.
Right.
Or either of them. I have more distinct memories of Mama, my father's mother, because we would go to the farm and she would, we'd have to go to the bathroom in the outhouse. And so those memories are clearer to me than my mother's mother.
Wow. Okay. I have wonderful grandmotherly memories of my grandmother.
Do you? On which side?
My mother's mother. My father's mother died when he was 5.
Okay.
But my grandmother was a bad girl.
What?
Yeah, I mean, like you can Google her. Clara Day is her name. Clara Day is her name. They've written books about my grandmother.
Are you kidding?
Yes, she was. So the first employees union at Montgomery Ward, she set that up.
Look at you.
That's right, man. Grandma,
that's amazing.
She was in all kind of dark rooms with all kind of mafia people negotiating union deals for people.
I love that so much.
Grandma, she's a bad girl, man. Traveled the world advocating for black people and women in unions all over the world.
Wow.
Crazy.
The stock you come from.
Yeah, she was a bad girl, man.
That's amazing.
But at the same time, that peach cobbler was bumping, baby.
Okay.
You hear me?
Okay. Yeah.
And I remember her sticking her fingers in it all the time to make sure it was right. She would stick her fingers in it, She never measured, right?
They never did during those times.
Throw it in there and say, that looked like it's about right.
Yeah. My grandmother made gumbo that make you want to bathe in it.
Yeah.
So good.
Take a bath in that
Oh
joint.
my
Yeah,
gosh,
man.
it's so good.
Yeah. My mother didn't inherit that gene. My mother cooks well, but not like my grandmother.
Yeah, my mother didn't learn it either, really. Bless her heart. That's why I learned to cook, because my mother wasn't a good one.
My mother makes a good beef stroganoff, though.
That's
I remember
interesting.
that about her. She hadn't made it in decades, but I remember as a youngster liking beef stroganoff when she made.
Okay.
And she could order the hell out of a pizza, boy. Ooh, my mother, she'd get on that phone. Woo! You don't understand, man. Pizza
You know,
was-
we never had pizza.
No?
I mean, we would go out to pizza, but we never had. I don't remember us ever getting anything delivered.
Yeah, I had superheroes from mothers and grandmothers.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Yeah, I did too.
So, hey, you guys can call and share your motherly stories as well if you'd like to. So, for some reason, I can't remember this dear brother's name because, again, we don't prepare for this. So we don't do any preparation. But y'all know the brothers. Tall, skinny brother, the cops decided to surround and kick him and beat him to death in the street. And these cops were acquitted, I think, of state charges. I think they're still under indictment for federal charges. So it kind of, and these were black cops, right?
Yes.
These are black cops who beat this young brother up and killed him. So to my way of thinking, this is not, it's a racial thing in that certain communities are targeted, but the people who are targeting you are a culture in and of themselves. That is police. That is policing. So as you're watching these terrible deportations and any number of things, these people who are supposed to uphold the law are standing on the side or participating actively in this, in what amounts to atrocities.
Agreed.
And so I say again, where are these good cops you're talking about? Now, I'm saying that to say, I know they're good cops, but I'm also qualifying it to say they ain't that damn good if they ain't saying something.
This is not an excuse, but fear it shows up in all different kinds of ways, and not speaking out is one of them.
Yeah, but we're afraid too.
Yeah.
And I'm afraid in a different kind of way than most. I mean, there are people who are afraid of having interactions with the police. I'm afraid of an interaction as well, but because I'm afraid I'm going to harm somebody. You're not going to just, I'm not standing there for that. I'm not. So I'm afraid that I'll do something. Like this dear brother, you know who I'm talking about. This dear brother who, his son was shot in the back by police. And this brother, after seeing the body cam video, they didn't let him get in his car right away. He left his car at the police station. They wouldn't let him get in it and drive it home. But he managed to get back to the police station and get in his car. And he found another police officer and ran his ass over. Listen, let me tell you something. I'm going to be real clear about this. Because I don't really care what you think. But I'm going to be real clear about this. I wouldn't have done that, but I damn sure understand.
Did you see how he walked through when he was being arraigned? How he walked through the
So
courtroom?
you're talking about gangs. So police officers decided to fill the gallery at his arraignment in an attempt to intimidate or menace him.
And shame him.
Yeah, but it was more menacing than anything because they were kind of standing at him, staring with a grit, staring at him. And he was like, whatever, punk.
Just like this. Looked him in the eye. I mean, I don't know.
What happens if they kill in that way someone that you love? Is it in you to retaliate?
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
That's the same as a yes almost,
Sure, because I really don't know. I mean, this, and of course, everything we've heard after the incident of them shooting his son, it's just, at some point, the police have to realize that what just happened the other day with their fellow police officer is something that's going to continue to happen. I'm not advocating for it, But I think it can be used as a wake-up call for them that they just can't willy-nilly run around here and kill people. Because
why can't they?
Because people have people that love them and families who might do some harm to you or to a colleague of yours.
But that's the exception, though, not the rule.
But
so the answer is they can do that.
But wait, though, there are always copycats. You just need one, right? We're going to see more of this. I'm not advocating for it. It's not the right thing to do. I'm just saying, have you ever in your lifetime known something like this to happen to a police officer?
I'm going to reserve judgment on whether I think it's the right thing to do or not. I think fundamentally it's not. But again, I understand. And we've seen any number of police officers, a small number, but any number of police officers held accountable, most especially this Klansman up in Minneapolis who killed George Floyd. I mean, he's locked up now, right? And under duress because you can't be in the place where you sent people like that.
Right, because they'll kill you.
Right.
As a police officer.
Right, so he's got to be in isolation away from general population and so on and so forth for a good number of years. But they saw that and continue to do the same thing. So none of this frightens them. This is their culture. It's what they do.
I don't disagree with that, but I think that it might give them pause knowing that it's a risky proposition to just...
There's no evidence that anybody's pausing.
That it just happened, Eric.
No, I mean, but go back to George Floyd. Go back to any number of people, any number of cops who've killed people and have been held accountable. This cop who decided to empty his gun into Laquan McDonald.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the reaction of the father killing this police officer by running him down is an action that might become more common because of this specific incident. Because we have, as we know, copycats in this country.
They've been blessed so far that it hasn't happened.
Right. And so now it's an aha moment for other people, unfortunately.
But I can't see cops sitting around the police station saying, you know what, we better not do that anymore because I can't see that.
It could be an unspoken kind of knowledge, right?
It could be, but I just, the culture doesn't strike me as being that responsive in that way. They tend to respond by saying, we're going to get one of them now. Because they're a gang.
They're a gang, yes. But again, this is something different. This is something that has not happened before.
Well, yeah, it has, because there was a cop, a dude that was killing cops in New York for a while. This was probably 20 years ago. He was literally rolling up on them in their cars and shooting them through the windows.
But do you see how this is different, though? This guy made an immediate choice because his son was gone to attack and kill.
I see. I mean, but you're talking about the time between.
Yeah.
But this guy who was shooting cops in New York had made that same decision.
Based on, are you talking about the sniper? No, that's Washington, D.C.
No, this was a guy who was walking. He killed a bunch of cops in Brooklyn, not a bunch, a handful of cops in Brooklyn.
Okay. I see it as different.
But it's the same motive, though. I mean,
sure.
You going around killing people here, take this with you. They would,
yeah.
Same thing. I can't see them doing that. What I can see them do is locking arms and continuing to do what they do and justify what they do.
Now, listen, I agree with that. However, I think that the bubble in the back of the mind is this might start, I don't want to say a trend, but this might start something from happening to us again.
If you think so, Michelle, I'm gonna have to break you of that. I think.
What?
Of this Hopies thing.
Why would you want to break a person of hope? Well, that's just evil.
For that, I mean, you're hoping an evil system is going to respond in a positive way.
What casts out the darkness?
That stuff, man.
The light.
Yes.
The light casts out the darkness. Hope is the light. Amen.
Whatever.
From the back row.
Whatever. 773-763-9278. Stay tuned for more of the family meeting.
Be a downside keeper. Yes, I do. Started riding the bike. They're making milk out of powder.
Hi, I'm
the
Miss
baby's frying.
Keep listening.
Rent's going up higher.
your business? Listen up. This is crucial information you don't want to miss. If you're a business with at least 5 employees and have been operating for 2 years or more, Illinois law now mandates that you provide a retirement plan. But don't worry, we've got you covered. Polaris Wealth Management can be your professional partner in navigating this new landscape. We specialize in helping businesses just like yours establish affordable retirement plans that meet your needs and keep you compliant. You may avoid penalties as high as $500 per employee by acting now. Our team of seasoned professionals will guide you through the process step by step, making it easy for you to set up a 401k, a simple IRA, or another qualified retirement plan. Visit our website at polarisadvice.com for more information or shoot us an email at polarisadvice.com. We're here to help you provide your employees with the retirement benefits they deserve while safeguarding your business from potential fines. Don't let these changes catch you off guard. Contact Polaris Wealth Management today, and let's work together to build a better retirement future for your employees and your business. Visit polarisadvice.com or email us at polarisadvice.com. Securities offered through Lion Street Financial, LLC, member FINRA and SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through Polaris Wealth Management, LLC. Polaris Wealth Management and Lion Street are not affiliated.
Shades of Sisterhood, a coloring book honoring the power of Black women by Candace Robinson, is a creative and inspiring platform that celebrates the strength, resilience, and beauty of Black women. Designed as more than just a coloring book, it serves as a tribute to the diverse experiences and accomplishments of Black women throughout history and in contemporary society. Grab your copy today at Amazon.com. Shades of Sisterhood, a coloring book honoring the power of Black women by Candace Robinson.
Itsashort.com. The website is itsashort.com, spelled ITFAFHORT.com. We are the best designation on the internet for award-winning short film, video, and web series. Artists are from all over the world. They are award-winning from various festivals, but you can find us at info@itsashort.com, customer care at itsashort.com, and we'll get back to you straight away.
Sister, the way I brother, sister, the way I sister.
This one goes out to all the Black women in our society who's going through so much pain and struggle. To let you know that I'm thinking about you, and from the bottom of my heart, sister, my Nubian princess, this one's for you, and I'm tired of the nonsense. Not thinking of a sister from a Nubian family, but the long sisters with the Black mentality. I've grown up watching you struggle, while others work singles, you work doubles. If it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be born. Who would sew our clothes when they were torn? I remember trips you couldn't take, so you could buy clothes when your kids look straight. A few words to make it then take right. For you lived through right. Never met a person with pride so true. Will I strong sister? What can a Black man do? Many of will be chosen off you. Sister, I feel good about you.
Sister.
773-763-9278, 773-763-9278. Today's Mother's Day, and we hope all the mothers out there are having a great day today. Hope you ate too much. If you're inclined, hope you got a little bit to drink. If you're like some people I know, maybe a little bit to smoke. Who knows? 773-763-9278 is the number. So it's my opinion. Yeah, it's my opinion that policing in the country is just out of control. The culture of policing. It's not a racial thing. It's a cultural thing. It's just the nature of policing in this country. It's how it works. It's what they do. How do you combat that? I've said before, I think that it needs to be pulled up from the roots. It's no good. It doesn't work. At least it doesn't work for everybody. You can't point to any given statistic as it relates to policing that would lead you to believe that adding police or police presence is a crime reducer. You can't do that. So now what? They spend more time harming people than anything. So now what? Now what do you do? How do you explain it then? How do you justify the expense? If you're going to be a person, what? Oh, if you're going to be a person who advocates for police, cool. But what data are you pointing to that would lead you to believe it's a system that works? I mean, right now they're going through this thing where they're trying to figure out, the budgetary concerns all over the place in the country, in the state, in the cities. You okay? Trying to figure out how to make budgets balance. You're spending money on police. To what end? To make people feel comfortable? Certain people feel comfortable, but I don't. Do you?
About what? I missed the whole thing.
Police?
Oh, that's real. I grew up with Officer Friendly. They'd bring the police to the schools, and you weren't afraid of police. And fast forward all these years, I'm scared of them now.
So you've got a certain segment of the population. You got a Bible thumper here.
What?
A Catholic girl here who worked in the church, and she's afraid of police. How is that?
It's it's hard because I had to work with the police and security when I worked for the church.
Right.
So it was a very close relationship. But in the world outside of that environment, no, I have a whole different kind of feeling about it.
So y'all know Michelle. You've been around her long enough. I mean, there's nothing that she should be afraid of, theoretically, with police. She's not the one. There are plenty of people out there. Some of them are related to me.
Me too.
I wish you'd get them sometimes.
Yeah.
Some of them need to get shot.
Eek.
But you got Michelle scared of you. Little Michelle, who's afraid of bikes.
I hate you so much.
She's afraid of bikes. No, I won't ride a bike. I won't. No.
When we were in Washington. Is
Yeah.
that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
I am not afraid of bicycles. I just don't ride them anymore.
Michelle is not afraid of bicycles, but she won't ride them anymore.
No.
But she's afraid of police.
Mm-hmm.
The girl who worked at the church for how many years?
10. But I was an entrenched member for 20, so yeah.
So she arguably should be the last person afraid of the police. I should be afraid of the police.
You should be.
Right, because I'll say things.
Aren't you?
I'm not. I'm afraid of what I'll do.
Aren't you? Okay, so let's not use the word fear. Are you concerned about a potential encounter you may have with the police?
I am for a different reason, though.
For what you'll do to them.
Right.
Yeah.
Because that'll cost me.
A lot.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, what point was I making?
I don't know.
Oh, here's the point I was making. So have you guys noticed Michelle has a flower in her hair?
Well, there's the people that are listening to us on the radio cannot see me.
Okay, we're talking about your 9 friends on YouTube.
It's 35 today.
Okay.
Stop judging them. We're happy
not.
that they're there.
Well, so for those of you on YouTube that can see Michelle, it is her birthday today.
Oh, see.
Yes, it's her birthday today. She's that age now where she's got a birthday again. They're going to say happy birthday to you now.
No need. Just another day. It's Mother's Day. Let's focus on mothers.
Great. But y'all should know it's Michelle's birthday
No,
today.
we don't need to know it.
Yeah.
It's not important.
Yeah.
It's just another day.
Yep.
I'm going to knock you out.
Really not afraid of you.
You should be.
Not in the least. I fight girls. I told you I fight girls, man. I don't care about that.
You're a horrible person.
And damn proud of it, too.
I know you are. That's, I try to compliment you about what a nice person, human being you are, good
let's just
husband,
celebrate your
good
birthday.
father, good everything. And then you pull these things.
These things? Highlighting your birthday?
Yes.
Damn me.
When I asked you not to. I specifically asked you not to.
I don't really care what you say. I don't care.
Well, I want to throw things at you, and I
You
just
always do,
cannot.
man. I'm the violent one. You're throwing things.
Yeah, you are violent because you want to punch, shoot, stab people. I just want to throw things at
When
your
did I
head.
say that?
You talk about shooting people all the time.
They had it coming. They had it coming if that happens, man. I'm trying to tell you.
Thank you, though. I appreciate it. Thank you.
So y'all wish, I mean, there you go. The happy birthdays are popping up there right now.
Good God.
I know you've had a bunch of birthdays already. I know this.
I've had 62. This is my 62nd. I'm not ashamed of my age.
Okay. All right. You had a bunch of
I should be, but I'm not.
A bunch of birthdays, man.
I recognize every day the Lord has given me.
Yeah. So back to my original point. They don't really mean what they say. There's a lot of that going on. And when I saw, when I had that conversation earlier in the week with somebody, it was on X, I think, about the bombing of Japan.
Mm.
And I retorted with, okay, cool. If that's your logic, that we saved millions of lives by killing hundreds of thousands of people, then the same logic should apply if you bomb New York and Chicago. If it ends the war, if it forces the United States to surrender and end the war and not kill millions of people, then you should be for that. Of course, this person was like, well, no, that's different. That's different.
And I know you asked different how.
No, I don't care what the answer to that question is.
Oh, see, I would want to know.
No, I mean, because then those people can't make that make sense.
They got a reason.
I can jump right to the conclusion and say, now that don't make no damn sense. That if you kill hundreds of thousands of Japanese that ended the war and saved millions of lives, then the same should apply to killing hundreds of thousands of Americans to end the war and save millions of lives. If that was your goal, but they're lying to themselves. They don't mean what they say. So all this stuff that you see, and I think I saw somebody on television say this recently, stop listening to what they say. Watch what they do. That tells you a lot. So now you see your boy importing South Africans, white South Africans, because the black South Africans are taking their damn land back. The stuff you stole.
That's really an Elon thing. You know that, right?
Whatever. I don't care how it's motivated. I don't even care. So you're sending brown people away, not to their homeland, but to some gulag somewhere in another country. But you're bringing in these terrorizing colonizer people. What are we supposed to believe then? Nothing. You're not saying what you mean.
No.
So then when we say what you mean, then everybody's offended. Well, I'm not a racist. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. And yes, this is a racist country. Yes, it is. Stop lying.
I think that's where we are right now, right? We are at the point where somebody has to say, yes, you're right. It's true. We are a racist country. They are, well, I'm talking about if I'm the person, the we are a racist person.
Same difference.
Yes. And let's dig it out. Let's talk about it. Let's get to the other side of it. And I just don't think that's ever going to happen.
You can't fix it until you acknowledge.
That's exactly right. And I think that's the problem. That's where we are. That's why everything is so crazy and weird now, because that's the only place that they have to go is to say, you're right. This is a racist country. We
like it that way, or we need to change it.
The only way
that becomes the pivot point.
Right. The only way they're going to admit it is if they want to change it. Otherwise, they're going to keep lying to themselves and everybody else about it.
So the big problem for me is the people who lie to themselves. It's the people who are otherwise right-minded, who carry around this Hopi thing, that think the country's better than this and all the other stuff that we hear. And it's not. You have to admit that. You have to admit that the uncle that you allowed to come by your house for Thanksgiving, he's a racist.
Yeah.
Don't let his ass in the house.
Very true.
You stay your racist ass home today. You can't come around here no more with that. We don't allow that here. If you keep allowing it, then you become complicit. I'm just saying. All right, y'all. Michelle has some news, and then the lines are yours. The number 773-763-9278. Stay tuned for more of the Family Meeting.
Masters Plus Tutoring Program in the Family Meeting. This is right.
friends are perfect in every dimension.
Polaris is introducing a way for you to get work with a financial planner, but don't know if you earn or have enough to invest. Save and Plan will allow us to work with nearly anyone from young professionals to retirees looking to travel the world. Save and Plan is simple. Just sign up to save on a systematic monthly basis directly from your account and gain access to a planner and our planning services. Once you sign up, Polaris gives you a customized financial plan, a real person to speak with, and information to help you make good financial decisions. Your dedicated planner is just an email or phone call away. Save and Plan offers empowering advice for everyone. Visit us at polarisadvice.com. Call us today at 312-951-2606 or email us at polarisadvice.com. That's 312-951-2606 or email us at polarisadvice.com. Save and Plan. Empowering advice.
You and me both, Michelle. Allergies are terrible today.
Offered through FSC Securities Corporation. Member FINRA SIPC. Insurance services offered through Polaris Insurance Agency Inc., which is not affiliated with FSC Securities Corporation.
This is Miss Lady B, La Boricua. Now it's time for the family meeting news.
Welcome back. This is Michelle Peltier, and here's more of what we are following on the family meeting. The Chicago City Council voted 30-18 to create a city-owned nonprofit housing developer, approving the centerpiece of Mayor Brandon Johnson's effort to reduce Chicago's massive affordable housing shortfall after weeks of intense debate. The plan is designed to leverage the city's financial power to build what the city calls green social housing, permanently affordable, mixed income, and environmentally sustainable housing.
How can you not like that?
I know, right? The final version of the proposal ensured that both the Office of the Inspector General and the Chicago Board of Ethics would have jurisdiction over the new organization. The goal of the program would be to build 400 affordable units annually, which is great. Bill Gates says he will donate 99% of his remaining tech fortune to the Gates Foundation, which will now close in 2045, earlier than previously planned. Today, that would be worth an estimated $107 billion. Gates' donation will be delivered over time and allow the foundation to spend an additional $200 billion over the next 20 years.
Give me some of that money.
Right? His announcement Thursday signals both a promise of sustained support to those causes, particularly global health and education in the U.S., and an eventual end to the foundation's immense worldwide influence. Right? DT abruptly fired Librarian of Congress Carla Hayden on Thursday as the White House continues to purge the federal government of those perceived to oppose the president and his agenda.
See, there you go, lying again. He's firing people who are black.
Well, we know that. We know that.
Say that then.
Hayden, well, I'm reading it. Hayden was notified in an email late Thursday from the White House's Presidential Personnel Office, according to an email obtained by the Associated Press. Confirmed by the Senate to the job in 2016, Hayden was the first woman and the first African American to be Librarian of Congress. Carla, the email began, on behalf of President I am writing to inform you that your position as the Librarian of Congress is terminated effective immediately.
Because she black.
Thank you for your service.
Because you black.
After all that time, that's how they, yeah. Hayden, whose 10-year term was set to expire next year, had come under backlash from a conservative advocacy group that had vowed to root out those standing in the way of Trump's agenda. The group, and I want us all to remember this name because we need to keep an eye on them, American Accountability Foundation, accused her and other library leaders of promoting children's books with radical content and literary material authored by Trump opponents.
They don't mean that. They mean because she's black.
The unexpected move Thursday against Hayden infuriated congressional Democrats who initially disclosed the firing. Please visit our webpage, tfmradioshow.com. You can subscribe and follow us on Fanbase, Instagram, Facebook, Threads, TikTok, Spoutable, Blue Sky, and Twitter. Also, subscribe and follow our YouTube channel to view us live and receive reminders when we are on the air. And it's time, the 4th annual, what is it?
Golf outing.
Yes. Friday, August 1st at Spring Valley Country Club in Salem, Wisconsin. Go to our website for more details. Don't go anywhere.
And it's Michelle's birthday.
This is Chicago Talk, 820 AM, WCPT Willow Springs, and online at WCPT820.com, where facts matter.
Hey, family meeting cousins. As you know, we've created a Patreon family meeting subscription and membership page to include you great listeners in our effort and give you a chance to very economically promote your business, organization, or local event. You can contribute as little as $5 per month to get your message out and support the family.
He called in. He's like, yeah, I need to educate Eric. I'm like, oh, shit, here we go again.
Get Up and Dance playlist, and our great guest.
Every time he calls in, I put his usual bullshit as his topic.
TFMradioshow.com and click the link.
Now I can make my love reach for the sun when the sun is out. Yeah. And I can make my man forget what he's thinking about. Yeah. Now when my love get ahead, he don't need a thriller. No. But if he wants some love, I can be painkiller. Yeah. In other words, what I'm trying to say.
773-763-9278. 773-763-9278. Mama Feel Good. That's who is that? Lynn Collins. That's the JB playing the music for her. So you know it's got to be funky. 773-763-9278. So it's because they black. That's what we need all of y'all to start saying. While you hear all these mealy-mouthed excuses for terminations or layoffs, listen, there's a good chunk of people, arguably the richest black community, the black community that possesses the most wealth in the country is in Bowie, Maryland, right outside of D.C. It's a lot of federal workers there, a lot of federal workers. If you're talking about people who are getting laid off, we're only 10% of the population. But it's a good chunk of them are black. I bet you it's disproportionately black. That's a number that we won't be able to measure, though. We're not going to be able to measure how many black people got fired, laid off, dismissed, positions abolished. We're not going to be able to measure that. But there's a lot of black people who are federal workers. I mean, they call D.C. Chocolate City for a reason. It's a little less chocolate now. But there's a lot of black people in D.C. I've had a black mayor for as long as I can remember. And so all these layoffs, these aren't budgetary concerns. They're getting rid of black people. Say it.
Well, they're not lying. They kind of are. That's what they say
Kinda.
DEI is and all that. They're specifically saying
Kinda,
black
though.
people, but not black people.
Well, I mean, I'm talking about just the layoffs, period.
Yeah, but that's what they're using it as. There's the excuse they're using is DEI.
They don't really mean that. They mean because they're black.
That's what DEI means to them, though.
Right, but they're not doing DEI layoffs. They're just laying off people under the guise of budget cuts, under saving money for the federal government.
No, they're doing that, but they're also saying it's because of DEI. They're getting rid of all of the DEI hires. That's the language that they are using.
Well, that too. But the Doge layoffs are not DEI. They are people they're laying off.
Yes, but they're part of DEI.
No, they're not doing it for DEI now. They're laying off people for DEI, yes. But the layoffs Doge is doing is for, they say, for budget cuts.
And
that's the lie they're telling.
Right, but I think they're telling it simultaneously. From
Well,
what I've read, they're saying
they're very
both.
deliberate about DEI layoffs.
Yeah.
Very deliberate about that. That's why they fired your sister in the library.
Mm-hmm.
That's a DEI fire.
Mm-hmm.
But these departments that they're shuttering, that's just under budget cuts.
I think they're using the same. I mean,
But they're looking at those departments and saying there's a lot of black people there, so let's get rid of all that department
right.
and say we're just cutting the budget.
Yeah.
They don't mean that. You won't be able to have a sight line on what percentage of those people who are laid off are black, but it's because they're black, right? And so if you need any more evidence, look at who they're bringing into the country. white South Africans, colonizers, terrorists. They're bringing terrorists to the country and getting rid of people who they characterize as terrorists. Their definition of terrorists is different than ours. For them, terrorists are people who resist colonization. They call them terrorists. That's why they call the Palestinians terrorists. They're not terrorists. Israel is a terrorist state. So watch what they do. Watch what they do. Don't listen to what they say. They're lying. You knew this intuitively. But your response too often, and I hate the media's response, they try to make sense of this. So, they'll say things like the layoffs of these departments, and they'll reiterate what the government says about saving money in the budget. Instead of just saying they're laying them off because there's lots of black people there. Say that. Make them get mad at you for saying that. Make them defend that.
Well, see, they're in a place now where they don't think they have to defend anything. They're in charge. They can do whatever the heck they want.
Anytime you call somebody a racist, they immediately defend themselves.
Yeah.
Because you can call them a child molester. They won't react the same way as if you call them a racist.
I don't know about that one.
They'll deny the child molester. They'll get mad at you for calling them a racist.
Okay, I'll give you that.
And tell you about their one black friend.
I'll give you that one.
It's the worst thing you can call people like that is a racist. They don't want you to call them that. Call them that. Tell them they're being racist. Okay, Michelle, who's first?
Let's start off our day with Verlon, shall we?
Okay, here we go. Here we go. All right, man. Try me, man.
How are you both doing? And
fine, thank you for asking.
Fine, Verlon, yeah. What's your question? What are you going? What's going on?
Verlon's call dropped.
Oh, okay.
Raggedy ass phonitis. He got that disease, raggedy ass phonitis.
Oh, good. But let's go with Ron from Michigan.
Ron from Michigan. What's up, man?
Hi, Michelle. Hi, Eric.
Hi, Ron.
You know, there's a case in Michigan that I think the shooting was over the winter where a young black man was running from a cop who minor traffic stop. And he chased the young man down, pinned him to the ground, and the man was still struggling. So the police cop shot him a couple of times in the back of the head. And he's on trial right now. I don't know if it was a mistrial or what's going on with that case, but that's a real horrendous situation there. And it's Michelle. When we first came out to Michigan, I've had family out here since the Depression. We had to use an outhouse and the Ward's catalog and the Sears catalog. That was favorite reading if you could save it long enough from the
I know what you were looking at, Ron. You were looking at the ladies wearing bras,
the
weren't
lingerie
you?
in the pajamas section.
You're darn right.
That's right, nasty ass.
Wow.
You folks have a good, happy Mother's Day, folks, and
thanks, Ron.
Take care.
You too, Ron. Take care, man. That's I didn't do that, by the way. I didn't do that.
Uh-huh.
I mean, we had like those books all over the house because my grandmother worked at Montgomery Ward for a lot of years, so we had them. But I wasn't looking at that. I didn't know it was in there. People told me that it was in there. I had no interest
come on. You're looking us right in the face and telling us that.
Because I knew that the toys...
You didn't know that there were bras in there and panties?
No, I knew that the toys were in the back.
So you just go to the back?
I go right to the back.
You had no curiosity to flip through the rest of the magazine.
looking for the damn toys, man. I ain't looking for that.
I do not believe you.
I'm trying to tell you, man. Somebody told me later in life that, did you know? Like, I didn't know.
You did not have the curiosity to flip through the rest of the magazine, the catalog. Yeah, to see what else was in there.
Looking at a catalog is tantamount to looking at the newspaper when you're that young. I wasn't interested in the newspaper. I wasn't interested in the news.
It was a picture book, essentially. You could just flip the pages and see what other pictures were in there.
So I could see the toys.
But what about the rest of the book?
Who cares about the rest of the book?
Just out of curiosity.
The worst thing you could get for Christmas when you were that age is clothes. I didn't want no clothes. I want toys.
Just look at the book just to see at the catalog to see what else is in there.
Never did it, man. I'm telling you.
Wow.
Never did it.
Wow. Well, you want to talk to Henry from Peoria?
Let's talk to Henry from Peoria, shall we? Henry, what'd you look at in the Montgomery Ward catalog, man?
Happy Mother's Day, fam.
Same to you, my man. Gil Scott Heron.
Happy Mother's Day, family.
Same to your mothers in your life, man.
Hey, I was thinking about the guy that hit the officer with the car, and the one in New York that went around from car to car. A lot of people don't seem to remember that back in 2017, I think it was, in Texas, when Black Lives Matter was protesting brutality, they brutalized a bunch of the peaceful protesters. And this guy, I guess he didn't like it. His name was Michael Johnson. He had been in the Army, and he suited up with, his gear and came out, and they tried to stop him, but in the process, he injured 16 and killed 5. Finally, they had to use a drone to take him out.
I think that was in Dallas, wasn't it?
And during that time period, I didn't hear about any more brutality acts for a period of about 3 months. Now, that could have been to a news whiteout. I don't know.
Yeah, so you don't believe that they stopped brutalizing people because of that, do you?
It's a possibility that it had an impact.
For 3
Probably
months.
not a major impact, but and then again, it could have just been the news media whitening it out.
Yeah. So you're saying for 3 months, though, and then they started back again?
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe temporarily? Maybe?
Yeah, temporary, maybe partial impact, because the news media is tricky now.
Yeah. Well, the culture always prevails. We've seen that over and over, that the culture of policing always prevails. It goes back to what they normally do, which is police certain communities and protect others. But thanks, man.
All right then, Phil.
We appreciate it, man. Take care.
Bye, Henry.
See you, man.
Earl.
Earl's next?
From Hyde Park.
Oh, here come Earl again. Damn. What's up, Earl?
Everybody,
Hi, Earl.
Chad.
How you, man?
How you doing today?
He's talking to you, not me.
I can't hear him.
Something happened.
I said, how are you doing today?
He said, how you doing today?
Hi, Earl. I'm good. I can't hear you, though, my friend. Oh, wait. Something happened.
Oh, I'm
there
doing
you go.
fine. I'm doing
I can hear
fine.
you now. Okay.
Hey, Eric, tell her I said I feel sorry for all the abuse that you're giving her.
I can hear you now.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I appreciate your
it's
support,
her
Earl.
break on her birthday.
I know, man.
Michelle, I don't understand why the gentleman won't get you. Notice I said gentleman won't give you a break on your birthday.
It's not in him to
It's
do it.
bad enough you got to do this every week, but on your birthday too.
If he didn't, I would be weird, actually.
And Mother's Day.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's called double duty hazardous pay.
Don't talk about me like I can't hear him talking. I can hear you, man.
You know, you're talking about abuse. Oh, man. Michelle, look at here.
Mm-hmm.
I got your back. You know, this
I know you do,
guy,
Earl.
he won't cut you a break. He won't cut you a break. But
What you want,
I'm
man?
gonna-
What do you want, man? What do you want? What you call here for, man? Just to pick
I
up?
want you to give her a break on Mother's Day and her birthday.
Good luck on that.
Right? I appreciate it, though, Earl. Thank you. I appreciate it.
And the last thing I'm going to do, then I'm going to bounce out of here, man. Eric, you're right. I mean, we've always had racism. It's always been there. And in the media, you're not going to get any hard questions about racism with this administration because they know if they come down too hard, he's going to banish them from any access to the White House. So it's a situation where it's it's a profit-making outfit, and your bosses are not going to allow you to hold back the profit if you don't get us denied access to the White House or to the White House people. And unfortunately, like you said, been saying all afternoon, you know, the racism has always been there. But the other side of that is there have been some gains. There have been some things that we can point to say, hey, you know, somebody here made it, this person's life is better than what other folks are going through. But, you know, white folks are never going to admit that they support a racist organization. Now, what I'm saying is the majority of them. Now, there are a lot of them that are out there who are white nationalists and who are white racists. And they're proud of the fact, and they'll tell you that all day long. They'll even march with the Nazi insignia and everything, the Ku Klux Klan banner. But the majority of white folks will always have a reason for saying that they're not racist, but they're supporting a racist regime. And
so, Earl,
let me
ask you a question, man. So, I'm not interested in really talking about the people who are virulent racists, the people who will march with tiki torches and all that kind of stuff. I'm irritated with the people who we think are otherwise fair-minded people. So this is my question. If you've got an otherwise fair-minded person, a person who you might even characterize as not racist, who observes racist activities, let's just say that these racist activities are directed at you. Does that then, they observe it and they don't say anything or do anything, does that then make them a racist as well?
I've always said yes. But in my older age, I've tempered my hard line from the standpoint they just might be afraid of the consequences of being of the act of calling out somebody as being a racist because they might be ostracized from their community. And some people are just not bold enough to stand up against it. They may not necessarily perpetrate something that I would consider racist, but they're not going to be bold enough to step forward and say, hey, man, you know, this is something racist that's been going on, and I'm not going to put up with it. You know, that's not right. We should be doing something different. It takes a unique individual to fly in the face of their culture, their friends, they're over it, you know. So
okay, so let me ask you a second question then to see if you're consistent.
Go ahead,
then.
buddy.
Just to see if you're consistent. So you hanging out at your usual pool hall. I'm sure you sound like a dude that hangs out at a pool hall.
Well, if I'm hanging out at my usual pool hall, hey, white folks coming up in there.
Well, okay, well, whatever. Just to say for some reason some come in there that night. It's strange. I get it.
Okay.
Where you go, I know, with your bell bottoms and your stacks. I know how you roll, man. So some white folks roll in and they direct some racist behavior at you. Or just say they take a swing at you. No, you know what? Don't even make them white. Just say it's somebody you don't know who's black. And they bump into you or whatever, and they try to take a swing at you. And your boy is with you. I'm assuming you have friends, right? Earl has friends, you think?
I'm sure
he probably has friends.
Mm-hmm.
And your friend stands by and doesn't say or do anything. Is that person your friend?
That's a good question, and it's a question I'm going to answer this way. If there has been a lot of support in other areas over a period of time, I'll probably will try to overlook it, but it will leave a bad taste in my mouth from the standpoint that I will stand up for them, and I would kind of expect them to stand up for me. But if they don't, if they've been there for me over a long period of time, like I got buddies and stuff that I have friends, true friends, that I've known since high school. And let's say one of them I'm thinking of right now, if a physical altercation would come about, I'm pretty sure he would not get involved physically because he has a strong anti-physical.
What the hell does that mean?
Makeup.
What do you mean?
That means that he
Anti-physical?
doesn't believe in fighting. I'm saying he don't believe in fighting. He don't believe in stepping up and throwing blows.
Man, please. Okay, man. Earl, I appreciate you, man. Enjoy the rest of your Mother's Day, okay?
Thank you,
Oh,
Earl.
okay. Well, anyway, Michelle, you understand what I'm saying.
She don't understand.
But,
No, nobody understand what you're saying, man. Don't nobody understand what you're saying. Nobody.
I do, Earl.
All right.
All right,
Good
man.
luck with y'all for the rest of the day.
Okay,
Thank
man.
you. Have a
Take
good
care.
one, Earl.
You ain't my friend. You ain't my friend. If something jump off and you don't jump in, we supposed to destroy that person.
I think it's supposed to be, at least in my life, an unspoken rule, right?
Yeah. So
You
I think
know.
the same rule applies to people who are white, who observe other whites exhibit racist behavior and don't say anything.
That's not backing them. I mean,
you're supposed to say something or do something. Like Ibrahim Kendi always says, you can't not be a racist. You have to be an anti-racist.
well, but think about it though. When people used to talk about, or still do, kind of holidays, right? You have family members who come in who are hateful and nasty and bigoted, and you don't
Throw
say
their ass out
anything
the
to
house.
them.
Throw their ass out the house.
Right? I think that this last election has made people do that, though.
I don't believe that. I think they still welcome them in the house.
Do you?
I do. I think after the election, people had Thanksgiving dinners. After they saw a racist win, they let that same racist person who voted for him come to the house. That's a problem for me.
I agree.
I think
hope
you're
that's
guilty by association.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yep.
All right, y'all. 773-763-9278. Stay tuned for more of the family meeting.
You must be my soul sister, soul sister, soul. You must.
That could impact your business? Listen up. This is crucial information you don't want to miss. If you're a business with at least 5 employees and have been operating for 2 years or more, Illinois law now mandates that you provide a retirement plan. But don't worry, we've got you covered. Polaris Wealth Management can be your professional partner in navigating this new landscape. We specialize in helping businesses just like yours establish affordable retirement plans that meet your needs and keep you compliant. You may avoid penalties as high as $500 per employee by acting now. Our team of seasoned professionals will guide you through the process step by step, making it easy for you to set up a 401k, a simple IRA, or another qualified retirement plan. Visit our website at polarisadvice.com for more information, or shoot us an email at polarisadvice.com. We're here to help you provide your employees with the retirement benefits they deserve while safeguarding your business from potential fines. Don't let these changes catch you off guard. Contact Polaris Wealth Management today, and let's work together to build a better retirement future for your employees and your business. Visit polarisadvice.com or email us at polaris@polarisadvice.com. Securities offered through Lion Street Financial LLC, member FINRA and SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through Polaris Wealth Management LLC. Polaris Wealth Management and Lion Street are not affiliated.
Hi, this is Michelle from the Family Meeting. And let me tell you about the Villager Gift Boutique located at 2007 Ridge Road in downtown Homewood, Illinois. The Villager is your gift shop for unique, hand-selected, high-quality gifts. The Villager's owner, Valerie, travels internationally to trade shows and fine art festivals to bring a variety of unique, high-quality items, including fine gifts, bath and body products, candles, jewelry, clothing, home accents, leather goods, stationery, gourmet goodies, and so much more. The customer experience is very inviting and ideal for helping you find the perfect gift, especially for those shoppers who are looking for that unique gift for those who are hard to shop for. Oh, and the gift wrapping is complimentary. Shop in person in Homewood, Illinois, or online at thevillagergiftshop.com. That's thevillagergiftshop.com.
At Saga Martial Arts, we're dedicated to preserving the traditions of Shoreiru Karate. Our dojo is more than a place to learn martial arts. It's a place to build respect, self-discipline, and confidence. Whether you're a beginner or an experienced martial artist, young or old, we offer a supportive environment for you to grow. Join our community. Embrace the rich history of karate and discover your strength both inside and out. Saga Martial Arts, where tradition meets excellence. To book a lesson, give us a call at 312-927-0184 or send us an email at karateinvillapark@gmail.com.
Grandma's hands clapped in church on Sunday morning. Grandma's hands played the tambourine so well. Grandma's hands used to issue out a warning. She'd say, Billy, don't you run so fast. Might fall on a piece of glass. Might be snakes there in that grass. Grandma's hands. Grandma's hand soothe the local unwed mother. Grandma's hand used to ache sometimes and swell. Grandma's hand used to lift her face and tell her, she'd say, baby, Grandma, understand that you really love that man. Put yourself in Jesus' hands, Grandma's hands.
Yeah, y'all. So, I miss my grandmother in a big way. Only person I miss more is my father. But my grandmother was a bad girl. My grandmother was particular about how I dressed. She didn't want me out there raggedy. She wanted me to have my stuff pressed and tight. She would insist that I hang my suits up, that I got them steamed, that I had quality suits all the time. And I remember being in her office one day. She had an office over here in the West Loop in Union City. I had a trench coat on and a button was falling off. And she saw me coming out. She said, you out in public like that? Button, you know, buttons get loose and hang on the string like that. So she reached in her desk drawer and pulled out a needle and thread.
Stop.
And said, come here, boy. Let me,
Gotta love it.
Yeah. And so I was on this thing that day about something wasn't going right. I don't remember what it was. She sat there and sewed that button and listened and told me, you still got to get it done. Ain't nobody got time for that. Still got to get it done.
Yeah.
I was like, well, but. She's like, yeah, but you still got to get it done. Bad girl, man. Bad girl.
Sounds like it.
Who's next?
Kanisha.
Oh, she gonna mess your name up every time, ain't she?
Every time. Spelled differently every time, too. I should know. I should write it down.
Hey, and so I just want to say happy birthday, Michelle.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Y'all love Michelle, right? Y'all love Michelle, right?
Stop it. Would you just stop?
No, I'm being polite. She laughs at my name. I'm saying I'm being polite.
I know. I'm going to get it right. It's spelled differently every time, so I apologize. I know that's a sensitive thing. It should be. I apologize.
Oh, your name is hard to pronounce now. Quit tripping now. She ain't the only person to get your name wrong. Don't do that. See, I'm defending you now. See,
I know, so thank
Wait
you.
a minute. It depends on who's answering the phone.
Well, that's true.
Lady B gets it right all the time.
Yeah, well, that's true. Michelle doesn't
Listen,
know.
would you do me a favor? Would you do me a favor?
Depends.
Eric?
It depends.
Say good job to my daughter, Stephanie Kelly. She fixed me dinner for Mother's Day. And it's scrumptious.
Do you really want me to do that?
Yeah.
She's supposed to cook dinner. I'm supposed to congratulate her for doing what she's supposed to do? Okay.
Oh, no, because I wasn't a cook. She didn't get taught how to cook.
Oh, and you ate it anyway? Kelly, fantastic job. I love how you love your mother. Thank you for taking care of my girl. Thank you. Fantastic job. Was that good enough?
Good job.
Thank you for that. She's supposed to get her ass up in there and cook, though. She's supposed to do that. I'm just saying.
Well, she's talented in other ways. She does yard work really well.
Oh, okay. She like that. But, there is YouTube University. She can figure out how to cook something on YouTube. I'm just saying.
Oh, she did.
Yeah.
And I'm eating it.
There you go. Enjoy it, girl. Enjoy it. Happy Mother's Day to you as well.
Thank you so much. You as well.
Thank you. I'm a mother.
Bye, guys.
Yeah, well, you know.
Some people think I'm a mother something, but
Yeah, right. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what you were thinking that. Okay,
Yep.
thanks, partner,
Yep.
for that. Who's next?
Verlon.
We're gonna try this again. Verlon, what's up with your ragged ass phone, man?
Man, I think that was y'all phone. I heard a buzz and a drop. So I think that was y'all phone. But the first thing I want to say is happy 40th to Michelle. And I got a question for Michelle. Do you have any kids? Michelle,
It's not a Mother's Day for me, no.
Oh, okay. See, I'm a stickler about that. If it's a woman with kids, happy birthday, like my daughters and my ex. Happy birthday. I mean, not happy birthday. Happy Mother's Day to them. But if you don't have kids, do you have a sister with kids?
She has since passed away.
You stepping on all of them today, brother. You stepping on everything today, man.
Okay, all right, okay.
You should just shut up and move on, man.
Okay, whatever. All right, listen. All right, now me and you, Eric, we're gonna have a talk. But I got accurate numbers. I heard what you did. I heard what you did to my boy Mitchell last week. So I wanted to call in with some accurate numbers because you said it was only a couple of schools that wasn't proficient. Well, out of 643 schools in Illinois, only 24 are proficient and barely proficient. Well, 3 out of the 24 are exceptional, and the rest of them are barely proficient. 18 out of 100 kids are proficient in the Chicago public schools. And your producer said a bad word and said Mitchell didn't get his information from Wall Street Journal. He got it from Moody's. Now, Eric, you know where I got my information from, and it's accurate because Ted Dabrowski FOIAs the Chicago public schools and all the schools in Illinois, and he FOIAs federal numbers and state numbers. These numbers are totally correct. And I'm going to tell you something else. What's the reason why I was Adrian, why I don't want my tax dollars going to the public school system. And it ain't about that other thing, Michelle. It's because over a decade, the last decade, it's been 558 sexual assaults by teachers and by staff, and these are being litigated right now on these young girls, 14, 15, 16 years old. These some of these teachers and staff had sex with kids. I don't want my money going to the public school system. I do not believe these teachers deserve the money that they're getting because they are not helping these kids to perform, and they haven't proven themselves as teachers. They haven't proven themselves because these kids are not performing, and they're turning out a bad product year after year after year.
Okay, so I'm gonna let you finish if you got other points, but let me address some of this real quickly for you. Okay, the first thing is HBCUs regularly take students who are not reading at level or not performing mathematically at level, and they produce doctors, lawyers, and engineers. So a school that's trying to produce a product that isn't meeting whatever the standards are is not necessarily a problem for black kids if they just go to HBCUs. But I hear you as it relates to underperforming schools and the proportion of them in the state. I would ask you to compare that number to other states and nationally, because I think you'll find similar numbers in almost all the red states. Try Mississippi. Start there.
I know what's there. See, you started with the one I want. You said 10 states, and I was going to say 9 of them I would live there, but not Mississippi. Mississippi is off the table. When I hear the name, I don't think of nothing good when it comes to Mississippi.
Okay, but listen to what we're talking about, though. Listen to what we're talking about. We're talking about schools that are not performing. If you look at the numbers in Illinois and compare them to the numbers in Mississippi or any of those red states in the Confederacy.
No, well, if you want to take the country as a whole, you got 30 solid red states. So you're leaving out 20 that are doing real good. I know the 10 that you're talking about, and you have like 7 independent states, and the rest of them are liberal. If you compare the red states to any liberal state, any Democrat state, we are overperforming those states. Chicago, New York, Detroit, LA, we are overperforming all of your top states, or the top cities.
Okay, now you can't go back and forth between cities and states now, right? We're not going to do that. If you're going to compare cities, compare cities. If you're going to compare states, compare states. But if you go to any of those cities in Mississippi, those red states. So my point is that the numbers, while they're not acceptable, you don't mean what you say, because if you felt that way about Illinois, then you'd feel that way about Mississippi, but you don't, because it's a red state. So you don't mean what you say.
Nobody talks about Mississippi. Not the left, not the right, not me, not you.
No, that's see, you don't mean that either. That's impossible to say nobody. You can say that not a lot of people are talking about that, but you couldn't even know that. There's no way that either one of us could know that people aren't talking about it.
Man, I don't hear about nobody talking about Mississippi.
Okay, that's different though, bro.
Mississippi.
That makes it an anecdotal example. That's no good. That's not how you work data. Because you ain't heard it, it ain't happening. Ain't nothing right about that.
Okay. Let's compare Mississippi to Chicago, then.
No, dude, you can't compare a state to a city, man. That don't make sense.
Well, I just said all the public schools over the state heat 4 years. So compare Illinois to Mississippi, then. Compare Illinois to Mississippi. It's the same.
Okay, so then you don't like Mississippi's education system either, then, right?
Well, I don't like Mississippi or Chicago anymore.
That ain't what I asked you now.
Chicago.
Pay attention. That ain't what I asked you. I asked you, you don't like Mississippi's school system.
No, I don't like the Mississippi school system.
Okay, how about Alabama?
I like it better than Mississippi.
Okay,
yeah.
but
I like Alabama better than Mississippi.
Okay, but Alabama's performance is at or worse than Illinois. So you don't like theirs, right? Because you don't like Illinois. Right?
I don't like Illinois. No, I don't.
Okay, but then that means you don't like Alabama. You don't like Arkansas. You don't like Oklahoma. No, you don't like any of them then.
No. It's other reasons why I would live in Alabama or Oklahoma or Louisiana.
Please pay attention. I'm asking you about education. I'm not asking you what you live there or not. You're upset at Illinois' education numbers. If for other states that have similar numbers, you're upset about them too, I presume.
No, I'm upset about the whole Illinois school system. I didn't want to jump off into the LGBTQ and the sex.
Okay, listen, dude. Listen, man. You gotta focus, man. You gotta focus with me, man. We're talking about education, right? We're talking about education. If you don't like the data, if you don't like the data in Illinois, that means you don't like the data in Mississippi and all the rest of the red states that have the same numbers, right?
I do not, Eric. I do not like how the kids are being educated in Illinois. It's not just
okay. Let's move on to the molestation thing. Let's move on, since you can't do that. Let's move on to the molestation thing. Since you're upset about kids being molested in these schools, then you're upset with the Catholic Church for molesting children too, right?
Oh no!
Right?
Yes. And hold on, Eric, hold on for a second. I'm not religious, brother. That's the one thing. I'm a conservative, but I'm not religious.
See, we can't have conversations because you're talking about something else. You're on something else. I'm talking about molestation. You brought it up.
I said I do not like or approve of the molestation of the kids in the Catholic Church. No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't like that.
So then you're equally upset about that, and you're willing to make a case for that to be a problem, just like you are in Illinois, right?
Yes.
Okay. How do you go about that then? How do you capture all of the molestation in the country? How do you capture that and make an issue of it?
You can't. It has to be litigated in court. I don't like none of that. I want all of it. I want all of them to go to jail.
Okay. We got a break coming up, man. I appreciate you, man. Enjoy the rest of your Mother's Day, man.
All right.
All right.
Well, take it easy.
All right.
Bye,
See how that goes? See how that goes? See how that goes? See? So I like to do that so you can see. Not because I enjoy the conversation, but so you can see.
Paul from Seattle.
No.
Oh.
I know, right?
I can't hear music. That's why I'm speaking.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know why my music. Oh, I know why. Take that back. I hit the button, but it didn't work right. See, that's.
So there's no commercial, or
no? It's gonna be a commercial. I'll get there. Just give me a second here, man, because I gotta do the thing here, man.
Okay.
I had hit the mute button here by mistake.
Let's see.
My mother likes Etta James.
Who doesn't?
I don't know much about Etta James. I hate to say
All
that.
we need to know is this song. Come on now.
I suppose.
At last. Do you understand what I'm saying? At last.
Yeah.
Yes, my love has come along.
Are
Do
you
you hear what I'm
narrating for
saying?
us?
Yes,
You're narrating for
I
us
am.
today? We'll sit back and listen to you now.
No, that's okay.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Stay tuned for more of the family meeting.
And life is a song.
Hi, this is Elisette. Keep listening to the family meeting.
Yeah, at
A
last.
2016 study that 13.1 million Americans were victims of identity theft last year. Fight back against your identity being stolen by signing up for Identity Guard. Identity Guard monitors your credit and identity information with alerts that can help you respond quickly if certain changes indicating fraudulent activity are detected, as well as help protect your computer from viruses, keylogging, and other serious threats. Plus, with Identity Guard's dynamic credit management resources and tools,
Got it.
information as you make better financial and credit decisions. Identity Guard includes $1 million identity theft insurance and lost wallet protection, and more if you ever do become a victim. Protect your ID for as little as $6 per month. Yes, that's only $6 per month by visiting lookaftermyid.com. That's lookaftermyid.com to securely sign up for Identity Guard today.
A single K plan is a 401k plan designed especially for business owners and immediate family, regardless if they are incorporated or not. Single Ks offer both employer and employee contributions and in many cases have no setup fee or annual plan administrative charges. Single Ks are simple to administer with no government reporting required. Most importantly, this plan allows employees to access their savings via hardship withdrawals or loans. Visit our website at polarisadvice.com or call us about your business or organization's retirement plan at 312-951-2606 or email us at polarisadvice.com. That's 312-951-2606 or email us at polarisadvice.com. Polaris provides empowering advice for everyone.
Securities offered through Lion Street Financial LLC, member FINRA, and SIPC. Investment advisor services offered through Lion Street Advisors LLC, registered investment advisors. Polaris Wealth Management and Lion Street Financial are not affiliated.
Polaris is introducing a way for you to get empowering financial advice, save, and plan. If you are like a lot of people, you'd like to work with a financial planner, but don't know if you earn or have enough to invest. Save and Plan will allow us to work with nearly anyone from young professionals to retirees looking to travel the world. Save and Plan is simple. Just sign up to save on a systematic monthly basis directly from your account and gain access to a planner and our planning services. Once you sign up, Polaris gives you a customized financial plan, a real person to speak with, and information to help you make good financial decisions. Your dedicated planner is just an email or phone call away. Save and Plan offers empowering advice for everyone. Visit us at polarisadvice.com. Call us today at 312-951-2606 or email us at polarisadvice.com. That's 312-951-2606 or email us at polarisadvice.com. Save and Plan, empowering advice for everyone. Securities, insurance, and advisory services offered through FSC Securities Corporation. Member FINRA, SIPC. Insurance services offered through Polaris Insurance Agency, Inc., which is not affiliated with FSC Securities Corporation.
Yeah. Oh. Baby. You're mine. You're mine. You're mine. Lady, don't think I see them looking at you. All over wishing they can have you. And as a matter of fact, a bunch of them itching for you to scratch them. I'm trying to hide them with I'm trying to come with the rain. And I'm gonna make it known, 'cause I want them to know. You're my lady.
I swear, I am desperately awaiting some more D'Angelo music, man.
When did we hear from him? Was this wasn't his last, was it?
No, the Black Vanguard album was the last one. The Vanguard album.
Okay.
That's not the name of the album. Anyway,
We haven't heard from him in quite some time.
oh my God. So he went into a deep depression after Prince died.
Oh.
Yeah, he was supposed to perform at the Grammys that year and couldn't do it. He was like backstage and couldn't go on stage.
I
He was
did not
distraught.
know that.
Yeah, he was supposed to, because they did a tribute to Prince. He's supposed to be in it. He couldn't do it. And he ain't did anything since, from what I can tell. I've been watching to see if he's traveling in Europe or something. And then so Angie Stone was the mother of this child.
I was gonna bring that up, because there was a whole lot of hoopla about that relationship.
Yeah. Yeah, so my man's having a hard time, I think. Have you ever seen him interviewed before?
Mm-mm.
You can't interview him on television. He's got a severe language deficiency. He ain't got none but four-letter words.
Really?
Nothing but four-letter words. You can't get him on TV. You'll
Wow.
be beeping the whole time. His language is deficient, man. Brilliant musician, but the language. Don't let him talk. Just let him play the piano or guitar or something. I suppose because he had gotten really, really fat for a while.
Is that right?
Yeah, he got real fat, and remember that video where y'all, that video that y'all were fawning over. He don't look like that no more. No.
Well, none of us do.
No.
How many years ago was that?
I'm sorry. You forgot about all this hotness? You forgot about it?
Tiffany.
You said none of us?
Tiffany, get your husband. Get your husband.
What the hell is she
girl.
laughing at?
She had to
I'll
take
be
her.
damned if this Mother's Day she's gonna get away with that today, man. But damn.
She had to take her earphones off.
Could be looking at a
I'm just saying, man. Lucky it's Mother's Day, man. Y'all can't rest with all this hotness around. I know this.
Is that right?
I'm just
Okay.
saying.
All right.
All this hotness.
From your mouth to God's ear.
Y'all better quit patronizing the brother. I'll knock every one of y'all out.
We'll have to walk home.
Somebody finna get
So sensitive.
Deboed.
So sensitive.
Y'all gonna get deboed up in here, man.
It's just so sensitive.
Whatever. Hey, y'all, did you know?
Shut up.
What?
I don't know what you're gonna say.
I gotta shut up before I say
I was
anything.
trying
I haven't
to
said nothing
bring
yet. I gotta shut up already. Hey, did you guys know it was Michelle's birthday today? Did you guys know that?
Yes, they did.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so what happens next is I get the emails and the text messages. Why you let him come on there? So y'all can see. So y'all can see that exists.
That's pretty much the only reason, yeah.
It ended up being a ridiculous conversation, too. Who's next?
It's Tommy.
I wasn't ready. Hold on a second. Not yet, Tom.
Oh, we're gonna wait, Tommy.
Who was it? Was it anybody?
They hung up, or else it was this. Yeah.
Okay. Yo, Tom, what's up, man?
Let me just say this very quickly. For such a time as this, I just want to say thank you to you, Eric, because you'll be able, you won't be able to hold up two hands and count people in your life that cared enough to help you navigate through some difficult times. And basically, that's where we are right now. This is the moment in time for individuals to clearly recognize and understand. Adrian, man, I love you, man. Always have, always will. Michelle, I don't know a lot about you, but listening to you, I can only think of someone who I love even more. And the Asian guy, I listen to him every morning because these are the principal people that help individuals who are trying to live their lives come to an understanding in their darkest moments that, hey, man, what are these people who cared enough about me to say, hey, man, just take a deep breath because it's going to be all right. So on this Sunday when we celebrate the greatest creation on the face of the earth, I say it's going to be all right because nothing is going to change what has happened. But what can change right here and right now is that we, the people, in order to form a better government, ought to start paying close attention. Because watch this. You need to answer Tommy one question as I close. Liberty and just us, only our history gone? Are you serious? Have you lost your mind? Who's next? Goodbye. Keep listening to the family meeting. Adrian, I need some of them drinkies. Bye-bye.
We let Tommy get it out here, y'all, because if he don't, you will have broken windows in your house. I'm just saying. Thanks for that, Tom. So, again, happy Mother's Day, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Happy Mother's Day. Most especially to my mama. Did I tell you my mama could whoop your mama? Did I tell you that?
You're not talking about Margie and your mom.
My mama whoop all your mamas.
I don't think so. My mother was scrappy. I don't
She'd be
even
scrapping on her back.
I
Flat
don't-
on her back.
Okay, come on now. Come on
She'd
now.
be flat on her back scrapping. I'm trying to tell you, man.
My mother, no. Mm-mm. Now, Margie Estelle, she didn't play.
All that debauchery going on in your house. I don't know, man. It's got some debauchery going on in your house.
This is why I can't tell you nothing.
I didn't tell him about the,
You're making it sound so bad.
It's kind of.
It's not. There's nothing bad about it. It's actually one of the greatest stories. One of many.
It's not. You're right. It's not bad.
It's a good one. Come on now.
A little disturbing, but not bad.
There's nothing disturbing about it. You're just squeamish. Stop talking about my mother.
Not talking about your mother.
Judgy McJudge
Not
said
talking
about
about
Margie.
your mother.
I will take off these headphones and jump over this table and beat you.
And you break your back trying to do that. You can't catapult yourself that far.
I can if you're talking about my mother. Come on now. What?
Oh, my God. You should have never told me. I can't get it out of my head.
I know. You try to tell other people and you
I'm
can't
not.
tell the
I'm not
story.
going to tell nobody about this. I don't want to be the person who did that to somebody.
No one would get it unless I told it.
Yeah.
You know, because I have the rendering. I have to do the.
Did we tell Devin at all the story? We didn't tell Devin.
We
did
didn't tell Devin
Devin, make sure you ask Michelle about the story.
about my mother.
Yeah. It's quite the story.
I feel judgment.
It's
and,
not
and,
judgment,
And Margie
it's
feels
just-
judgment. And she's not even here
It's
anymore.
not judgment. It's a little bit of trauma. It's a little bit of trauma, man. It's,
Well, I was the one that was traumatized. It happened to me.
yeah, but it rubbed off on me. I got some on me too. I got some trauma juice on me, man. It's,
Stop talking about it. People have no idea what we're talking about.
no, they don't. They
We're
won't.
not telling them.
No, we're not telling them. But you could imagine.
No, you can't.
Yeah, right. You're right. You can't imagine. It's a thing, man. Yeah. I don't get
But
it.
my mother could still beat up your mother, though.
No.
Yes, she could.
My mother's like Wonder Woman. You kidding?
Yes, so's Margie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, my mother's Wonder Woman. Your mother's wondering about Wonder Woman.
No.
That's what your mama's doing.
She was that way towards the end of her life because she had dementia. But prior to that,
Yeah. So, you know what I haven't done yet is I've seen lots of talks by Ibrahim Kendi, but I have not read his books yet.
Mm.
And that's what I'm going to get done before the end of the summer. You going to tear my stuff up there,
I'm
Michelle?
sorry, I'm trying to fold
You making
it.
as much noise as you can?
I'm sorry.
You going to make as much noise as you can? Thank you for that.
It's these tables.
I know. That's right. I'm going to read his books this summer. I hope you guys do too. We talked about having a book club, didn't we, at one point?
That I do not remember, but we certainly can have
No,
one.
No, that's just more work. We're not doing
It's not. I mean, we could have a summer reading. We can just do a summer read. That would be cool.
I just see a whole bunch of stuff coming with that.
And we could talk about it at the golf scramble. We could have a table where people could come and talk about it.
Right.
Everybody looking at me like,
Yeah, that's crazy. That's why. 'Cause everybody think you're crazy, right?
well, look, we could still do a summer read though. Definitely can do that.
Yeah, I could probably get him on too.
Oh, well, let's pick one of those. And
I'll
then
check.
have him on after we've read it.
Yeah, I'll
That'd be
check.
cool.
The larger point though is that he's credited with making this point about being an anti-racist. It's a whole lot different to observe what's going on and stand back and say, it's not me, or I don't do that kind of stuff, and proceed with your life. This kind of stuff is addressed directly, one, by calling it out, and two, by engaging in action as an anti-racist. You have a white supremacist regime in the government now, and trying to make sense of it like the media does is how it continues to thrive.
Agreed.
The media is making a contribution to it staying and growing by trying to make sense of it. I watch CNBC all the time, and they're trying to make sense of tariffs. You can't. You can't. It emanates from a lazy, stupid person. You just can't do it.
I think part of the problem, and this is what you're saying though, is the normalization of all this crazy nonsense.
Yeah. You can't do that. You can't stand by, watch it, and not say anything.
Exactly.
You have to say something. If you see one of the crazy posts on social media, you gotta drag them. If you see somebody posted on Instagram a video of something that they say is stupid, that doesn't make any sense, or trying to rationalize what's going on in Washington, call them out. Keep calling them out. Be a thorn in their side. That's your action right there. Unfortunately, you're not on social media like that.
See, but I don't think, I mean, it may change people's hearts and minds if you respond to their bigoted posts.
I ain't interested in changing their mind. I'm interested in dragging them.
Okay, whatever. I think that when we do things behind this telephone, this computer, or whatever, nobody really cares. You don't even know if they've seen your.
Well, they do. So to the extent, like when Target did what they did with DEI, they got dragged.
Right, but
and it
people
went
also
viral.
stopped shopping too.
Right. So
that was the thing.
All of that's part of it. So it grew viral because people dragged Target on social media and became more aware of what they were doing. So you got to drag people. You got to drag them to the point where it's ridiculous, it's overwhelming, and it goes viral. And then people join. That's why you got to be on social media more.
Yeah, I think that the person to person, because we see it all the time now in person. We can go into a grocery store or a cleaners or whatever and see somebody being mistreated if you're not the one that's being mistreated. In person, you should do it for sure.
Absolutely. If you see it, say something.
Yep.
Right? They tell you that in the airports all the time. See something, say something. You got to say something. Especially if it's people that you know that are close to you.
Right.
Got to say something. Otherwise, it just persists. And I'm willing to go as far as to say, you're a co-conspirator. If you observe it, you know it's wrong, and you don't say anything, you become a co-conspirator. I'm just saying. Fight jump off? Yeah, listen, I can tell you this with some confidence. Somebody jump on me and Michelle's around, he's not going to be very effective. But you'll jump in.
I will. You don't know how effective I can be.
Okay, just like I said, she won't be very effective. But she ain't going to stand on the side.
On what?
She's not going to stand on the side and say, I didn't hit him. That's what she's not going to do. Which is what too many of you do. That's all the time we have. I want to thank you for yours. Happy birthday to Michelle.
Thank you.
Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. Tune into the family meeting every Sunday at 4. I'm your host, Eric Grant. Peace.
Time I spend quality time. Cute face, haircut, like the Halle design. Keep my dad laced up with fly gear and makeup. But you should see her when she wake up. Never could we break up. Shot till you drop, cause the cream don't stop. Fire punch her out, it's just sexy and hot. So she can look good for heavy.
Okay, we ain't staying long today.
Okay, we can leave now if you want.
Huh?
I want my catfish.
Yeah, you got some catfish waiting on you, don't you?
Yes.
You got catfish waiting on you. I got the shrimp. How were the shrimp and grits, by the way? They were good? Was there wine in there too? No. They make the ones that used to be my favorite restaurant. My sister makes shrimp and grits too. The grits are kind of bougie. Make bougie grits.
Like
whole food, chunky looking, big fat gritty grits. Not lumpy, but Grits are big chunks. It tastes more like what's that stuff that looks like
Cream
rice?
of wheat.
No, it looks like rice. Couscous. Tastes more like couscous.
Maybe it is couscous.
No one heard it might be. She cooked with like blueberries in her salad.
Look at that. What? Very
I want a
nice.
regular man salad.
What does that even mean?
Just a regular salad, man.
What's a regular man
I
salad?
mean, she'll put like pineapples in her chicken or something. It's just they're crazy food, man.
Be
She
adventurous.
done got
why
rich for
don't you?
bourbon.
And you haven't?
No.
Don't you guys live across the street from each other?
It was a means to an end. Something it was schooling.
I see.
To your boy's point, we weren't going to try to send our kids to Chicago Public School. Wasn't going to do it. But if I'm going to have outrage about certain schools, I'm having outrage about all of them.
All schools, yeah.
That are like that.
I mean,
They don't
there-
do that.
Are there any public schools that are good if they're in the city?
Yeah, there's several. Walter Payton.
Oh, Walter Payton.
Whitney Young
Why did I
is
think
pretty
Walter Payton was a charter school? It's a public school.
good. Whitney Young, arguably good. Kenwood.
Look for them.
Yeah,
See, they're not CPD.
They are. Yeah.
Magnet schools are part of CPD?
Yeah. Like it's charter schools. Like there's legal prep.
Oh, you know what I was thinking in Kansas City? It's Montessori schools or something different. I was thinking, okay, gotcha.
So that's where you leave. You can't have conversations with people because they're hell bent on highlighting certain schools only because of their political bend or whatever. But they don't show the same outrage for all the schools that have similar numbers.
Yeah.
You saw your boy couldn't even answer the question. He couldn't. You want to compare a city to a state? It doesn't even make any sense. They're funded different. It doesn't even make sense. And he walks around like in public talking to people without a helmet. He's unsafe for somebody with that low of an intellect to be walking around. He's like, I told her she needed a helmet. Sometimes I do wonder how these people survive in society. I mean, how do you hold down a job with that low of an intellect? You know? And, your safety is. I remember. So when my father took me to school, we were standing in line at the administration building, and I think I dropped my wallet or something. And it had some money in it or whatever. And I didn't notice it. And he must have just watched me for a minute to see if I'd notice it. And he finally picked it up. He said, "Boy, I'm about to leave you here by yourself, man. This what you gonna do? Lose your wallet like on day one? I don't know if you're safe here, man. You might need to stay home."
Oh, your father sounds just like you. That's what you would say. Am I right about that?
I can't tell you how many times people tell me, "You just like your dad."
I can believe it.
Yeah, but your tone makes a difference, though. You can say, "You just like your dad,"
I didn't mean it as a pejorative.
or you can say, "You just like your dad." I mean, two different things, right?
This is true. In a good way.
Right, but you receive them differently.
Yeah, if it's bad way, you receive it that way, and if it's a
Right, 'cause now
good
you're
way,
talking
then you
about my
feel
daddy
pride.
and me. And I can't think of an instance where I do feel bad about it. And both of them, I hope
Wear it
so.
Like a badge of honor, absolutely.
I hope so.
Absolutely.
Sorry, you can have my dad. Oh. Look at Jay said that we should start a GoFundMe for Lon helmet. That's a good idea, Jay. That dude need a helmet, man, because I don't think he's safe in society. He gonna walk out into traffic or something stupid like
He's
that.
a grown ass man. He's got kids. He's fine.
He making more of them?
I think he's got at least one or two.
Oh my God! Listen, man, that dude, you think he gonna walk out in traffic one day, or that's the kind of dude walk in front of a train.
He's been fine so far.
Trains don't kill people.
Doesn't he have his own radio show or something?
I think he did for a while. Yeah. Somebody actually.
So he's just fine.
I mean, but you got to question their intellect. What do you want to put that on for?
Do you know how many people who have radio shows and podcasts who are just vacant? It's not,
I'm not worried about him. I just, I wonder about people like that and how they survive in society with that low level of intellect.
He doesn't think that about himself, number one.
That's because he ain't smart
So
enough
he
to think
doesn't
that.
carry himself that way. So people don't think that about him because he doesn't think that about himself.
So my unscientific observation is when you get like he's gotten, when you believe what he believes, usually it's because the sister turned you down.
Oh, come on now.
I'm just saying,
black women are the.
Keisha didn't want to get out.
He's got kids.
But he ain't with her no more.
Well, but he was with them enough to have kids.
Them kind of things that mean, everybody
Shut
makes
up.
the mistakes. I'm just saying.
Look at you, got Tiffany holding her face.
I'm just, I've seen people like this who are shunned by a sister, and being shunned by a sister is different. It's a different level.
Look, he is just fine. And I don't know, you know what?
You say he's just fine.
I'm sure he's just fine, like in existence, not like fine as in fine, but I'm sure he's getting along in the world just fine.
How are you sure of that?
Well, because he calls almost every Sunday and he sounds fine.
All that means is he has a phone and knows how to use it. That's all that means. That doesn't mean he gets along fine.
I don't know. I I actually don't want to spend a whole lot of time on him, quite frankly.
He's a cutout for that. For me. I'm just, you got to worry about you're driving on the road with somebody of that intellect driving a car too. Now you're in danger.
Sure.
You shouldn't get no license from nobody like that, man.
You don't know that people are like that until you know that they're that way.
Until they tear up your car and
That's exactly
run their
my
shit
point.
into a.
That's exactly my point. It's pretty much a
They
wrap.
get out the car and say, the barrier moved. Dumbass, the barriers don't move. Fool.
Oh my.
Mine too. They just. It's like it's like you discover somebody's a vampire. You can watch them walking around, and you don't know. What's that? A bell curve? What's the extremes? Smart and dumb. Yeah, it's on the right side of the curve. She made it a math thing.
She's a
So
numbers
get her in
woman.
here with
She's a numbers lady.
Get her in here with drunk ass Adrian so they can do math.
Oh man, that would be a beautiful thing to actually watch.
Yeah. Do equations.
And then what are you gonna do?
Okay, I got one for you.
Yeah, it's a snort.
He's traveling, I think, this week. Adrian,
I think the
wine country or something. That's what they do, right?
I think
We're going to wine country.
I think Stella's.
It'd be like Lucy walking on a bucket of grapes.
They just got back. Thank you, Stella. Oh, they went to go visit Adrian's mother in Freeport.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Hope you guys had a good time.
Yeah. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. Okay, so what do you got planned for your birthday?
Catfish and grits. I'm gonna go home and
Pull a muscle. Come up lame.
Let me
Go ahead.
read this real quick from Paul from Seattle, just
he
so
sent
we
a
can
text
put a
to you?
cap on it. Yeah. If Verlin is a product of the Chicago Public Verlon is a product of the Chicago Public Schools, I would agree with his point completely. Who does he consider to be a model of proficiency? DT? No. The red state do not perform the blue states. Yeah, but that's The red states don't even outperform large cities. In the blue states, the red states are so far behind they don't even add up. Where I live, the graduation rate is 94%. There are no red states that have a graduation rate that is equal to the Seattle area.
Yeah, and they measure the wrong things oftentimes, but they're looking for data that they can use to make their point. If you look at the profile of students entering the average HBCU and the results that you get out of the HBCUs, then the numbers don't matter. The proficiency numbers don't matter. It's about how proficient you can get.
Sure.
But that's not their point. They're not trying to make that point.
Yeah.
And I don't guess that he went to college anyway. Not that you need to go to college. I'm not saying that at all. But that's not the kind of dude that's on no track for higher ed.
You could be on the down slope of the curve and still go to college, though.
Yeah. Again, there's nothing wrong with not going to college. That's not really the point. The point is that my son Malcolm, he's a college-worthy student. He's a talented, smart dude, but he didn't want to go to college. He had another path. That's different. They're being too stupid to go to college. With your helmet wearing ass. Imagine this dumbass walking around with a helmet on. Look at him. He got a helmet.
So bad. It's all so bad.
Where's he going to? A football game? He's going to play football today. Where's he going? We should get him one of those helmets that the Germans wore, World War II.
Pointy thing?
Or with the backwards baseball cap looking thing on the back.
With the pointy.
Yeah, that too. Get him one of those. Not that there's a brain to protect him there. Maybe a good blow to the brain might help it.
You are awful.
You gotta call it like you see it, man. You can't let these people saying stupid shit all the time and not say nothing. Man, I actually wish I had that skill. To sit here in a room and watch somebody say something stupid.
Listen, though, don't you think that he honestly believes everything he says?
Absolutely, but his intellect won't allow him to bring anything else. Lack of intellect. I wish I had that skill sometimes, just not say anything. Now, I can take a little bit of stupid, but when it's persistent, consistent, stupid, come on, man.
He thinks he's very smart.
Nobody stupid thinks they're stupid.
It's true.
That's what makes them stupid.
I get you. I hear you.
If you were smart, you wouldn't say and do stupid things.
Well, but again,
and you would know. You would know when you're being stupid.
Well, then why are we here right now in this world, in this time and space, when everybody who's in charge of shit is stupid?
So did you go out to the galaxy level? In space?
You know what I mean. We are being ruled by people who are dumb.
Lazy and dumb.
Lazy and dumb. Yes. That's where we are. That's how the Verlons of the world think the way they think, because look what's happening right now. They're rewarded for it. And they're not getting any trouble. Hedgeworth or whatever should have been gone. They fired somebody else instead and then gave him a job.
I don't know, though. I don't know that he should have been gone. I think that he fits perfect.
But if we're talking about stupidity, right? That's my whole
is.
point. They're all stupid. But if it was a real logical world, actually none of those people would be there.
I mean, if it was smart.
Yes. Stupidity and racist is the end thing. Now.
All right, so we'll create a GoFundMe for him. How's that? I protect the brain. Protect it a little bit. Okay, it's Mother's Day. I'm getting out of here.
Bye. Thank you. Happy Mother's Day.
Birthday.